Hello everyone and welcome back to ZakLiT educational channel. So this video is all about the mini marathon which we are going to do in this video. Previous year's questions, we will be knowing the answers because these concepts and these questions will be repeated for sure in the upcoming examination, and this will give you a revision, rapid revision kind of before you leave for the examination hall. Guys, get ready with your notes to note down all these things. So without much delay, let's start today's video. So before starting today's session, I would recommend you to put your mobile in the landscape mode so that the visibility will be proper. So here these questions will definitely come in the examination. These concepts are important, so we'll be going on in the rapid revision kind of thing, starting with today's first question. Which of the following is not a part of the integrated solid waste management? So solid waste management, here it is asking not a part of. So every time you should be aware if the question is asking is a part, is not a part. So this not definitely is very important. So here the options were source reduction, disposal, recycling, and life cycle assessment. Source reduction is a very important part in the integrated solid waste management. We should reduce the waste from the source itself. We should dispose it properly, and then we should also recycle the waste. But this life cycle assessment is not at all a part of ISWM, that is integrated solid waste management. Coming to the next question, you should note down. I will be going on in a rapid mode. Next is arrange the following steps of pollution prevention from least preferred to most preferred approach. So in the waste thing, what is the step? So what are the steps which is for the pollution prevention from the least preferred to most preferred? So here the options are recycling or reuse, waste concentration, source reduction, waste treatment, waste separation. So here already I have marked the option. So this PDF is already uploaded in our Telegram page. You can visit there and download it with the options. So here DBEAC will be the correct option. First will be waste treatment, that is it is least preferred. Next is B, that is waste concentration. Next is E, waste separation. Then is recycling or reuse, and the most preferred is source reduction. Yes, that is the most preferred option for pollution prevention from the waste. That means if we are reducing the waste, no need of waste treatment, waste separation, waste concentration, recycling, because that is the most preferred approach for pollution prevention. Coming to the next question. Which of the following satellite sensors coming from the remote sensing and GIS, which of the following satellite sensors have thermal infrared sensing capability? For getting the thermal infrared, we can also analyze the temperature of the place through these kind of sensors. The options are Aster, Cartosat, Landsat, MODIS, and Sentinel. So here it is a multiple option. We have to select from that. A, C, and D will be correct. Aster, Landsat, and MODIS, these are the three satellites from which we can derive the temperature of the land, temperature of the ocean, that is with the help of thermal infrared sensing capability. Coming to the next question. Arrange the following soil horizons from top to bottom. So this question was little bit tricky for most of the students because there it was given OA, OI. So the subdivision of O horizon. So many of you were confused. Here it will be what? It will be arranging the soil horizon from top to bottom. The topmost horizon in the soil will be OI horizon. Among the O horizon, OI is the top. Above the OA horizon, so it will be coming in the second. Next is A horizon. Yes. Then it will be E horizon. Then it will be B horizon, and after that you can go for R horizon also if it is given in the option. So option number 2 will be the correct option. Let's move to the next question. Next is, which of the following are listed as main objective of Convention on Biological Diversity CBD 1993? So here let us only know what are the main objectives. They are A, C, and E as given in the option. They are conservation of biological diversity, very easy thing. Yes. Next is fair and equitable sharing of the benefits arising out of the utilization of genetic resources. Yes. Next is sustainable use of the components of the biological diversity. So these three will be the correct things. Main objective of the CBD 1993. Coming to the next question. Which of the following is not applied or used for the disinfection of water? So water treatment, we use hypochlorous acid, we use chlorine dioxide, we use ozone even. But perchlorate is not at all used or applied for the disinfection of water. Next, let's move on to the next question. Here it is also a very chocolate question, a numerical. We will not be solving, we will know the answer. You have to solve and check whether you are getting the same answer or not. If you are not, then we will be discussing in the next video. Noise level of a 90 decibel exists for 10 minutes and it is followed by reduced noise level of 70 decibel for 40 minutes. Calculate the equivalent continuous equal energy level for 50-minute period assuming 5 minutes sampling interval. So for this, the correct option will be 83 decibel. You should calculate and check. Next is the recent enacted Wildlife Protection Amendment that was in 2022 aligns itself with which of the following convention? So when was the Wildlife Protection Act? You should comment me in the comment section. First Wildlife Protection Act was, you should comment. So it is telling that it aligns with which of the following convention? It aligns with the Wildlife Protection Amendment Act 2022 along with the CITES, that is Convention on International Trade in the Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. Let's move to the next, that is coming from the environmental geoscience. This was one of the frequently asked concepts which I have made a separate video. Short questions will be coming from there. You should know top 20 concepts which will be coming in the examination. Among them, this was also given. So wind types, wind that blows parallel to the isobar are called as geostrophic wind. So gradient wind, geostrophic wind, Coriolis effect, very important thing. You should be always prepared for this kind of question. Next is, which of the following gases are dominantly released during the second phase of decomposition in a municipal landfill? Yes, first phase, second phase, all these things you should know which gases are released. This is also one of the very frequently asked concept which is already mentioned in that video. If you haven't checked, you can check in the I button. So ammonia, hydrogen and carbon dioxide are the dominant gas released in the second phase of decomposition in the municipal landfill. So option 2 will be correct. Next is match the following. So match the following, list 1 and list 2. What is a perihelion? Perihelion means when Earth comes closer to the Sun. Aphelion, which is called as Earth little farther from the Sun. Albedo, that is the what? It shows the reflection coefficient. So how much of energy is reflected back. Isotherms shows the horizontal distribution of temperature. Therm means temperature. From here you can easily guess that also if you don't know. So option 3 will be correct. Let's move to the next question. Choose the incorrect statement. Yes, you should always check not incorrect, correct. So these things are very important. Incorrect statement, we should read what are the correct statement. Water bodies with extensive algal bloom have high pH as 10. Removal of carbon dioxide by photosynthesis by algae is responsible for high pH. Yes, it is correct. Water bodies with algal bloom experience diurnal variation in pH. Yes, during daytime, nighttime, difference in variation in pH. Incorrect statement is this one, the third one. In dark hours, algae in water bodies increase pH of water. It will decrease. Yes, in the dark hour, as the light is not present, so the algae won't be able to function and increase the pH. They will be decreasing the pH of water. Next is albedo coming. Which surface is having more albedo, which is having more reflectance, which is having less reflectance. So arrange the following surface in the decreasing order of albedo. Decreasing means maximum to minimum. So maximum will be of fresh snow. We all should know fresh snow maximum albedo, followed by old snow. Yes, don't get confused between old snow and fresh snow. We all know snow is having the maximum albedo, but among snow, fresh snow will be having the maximum, followed by the old snow. Then it will be sand, and then it will be wet earth, then it will be forest. So option number 3 will be the correct option. Next question is, which one of the following is a nuclear fuel mineral? Yes, here pitch blende will be the correct option. It is a nuclear fuel mineral. Next is the Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change recently merged which of the following conservation schemes in 2024? Which schemes were merged? The schemes were Project Cheetah, Elephant, Project Rhinoceros, Project Snow Leopard or Project Tiger. So Project Elephant and Project Tigers are merged. Next, move on to the next question. Next question is coming from the hazardous waste management. Which of the following is not a criteria to mark a waste as hazardous waste? And we should know what are the criteria to mark waste as hazardous waste. It will be toxicity, corrosivity and ignitability. So here option 3 will be not a criteria to mark a waste as a hazardous waste. Next is choose the correct statements. It is giving about the humic acid, fulvic acid, humic, clay particles. So here the statements are A, B, C, D, E. 5 statements are given and they are asking which are the correct statements. So you should know humus gives soil its dark color, correct. Humic acid is insoluble in acidic solution, yes. Fulvic acid is soluble in acidic solution, yes. Humic acid has lower oxygen content compared to fulvic acid, yes. And also you should know humin, it is insoluble in both acidic and alkaline solution. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following are most commonly used for expressing the image classification accuracy? This is from remote sensing and GIS. Here the options are given and B, C and D will be the correct things commonly used for expressing image classification: confusion matrix, contingency table, and what? And it will be error matrix. So B, C and D will be the correct option. Just know this concept and note down. If you don't know these things, you can check in the website or any other books. Doldrum is a zone of what? It is a zone of intertropical convergence. So it is also repeatedly asked. Next is India is having 85 Ramsar sites. This is for the June 2024 session. Which of the following Indian states has the most number of Ramsar sites? We all know it is Tamil Nadu. Next is what would be the behavior of smokestack plume under the strong lapse rate condition in which the decrease in temperature versus altitude is much greater than normal. So condition is given, decrease in temperature versus altitude is much greater than normal. It will be kind of looping type of fume. So this is from the Gaussian plume model. Next is arrange the following solid waste types in increasing order of the moisture content. So here moisture content will be in least will be in trash, that is 100% trash. Then it will be rubbish, which will be consisting of, it is given here 80% rubbish, garbage 20% by 8, so by weight. So then it will be C, that is refuse things, that will be having rubbish 50%, garbage 50% by weight. Then will be garbage, that is 35% rubbish, 65% garbage by weight. And finally it will be animal solids and organic waste. Moisture means water content, so 100% if it is animal and human tissue, so it will be more of moisture content. So that will be at the end, and here option 3 will be correct. So this is just based on your common sense. If you know basic things, you can be able to answer these questions. Let's move on to the next thing. Very simple chocolate question. So this is from ecology. A keystone species is a species that has a large effect on the community. Slow, medium, average, no need to worry about that. A keystone species is a species that has a key effect or large effect on the community. Let's move to the next questions. The dispersed radioactivity during a major and famous Chernobyl nuclear plant, so it was in Ukraine, was mainly concentrated in the isotopes of noble gases. Yes. Next is arrange the following in the increasing order of the weathering vulnerability. So which is having the least vulnerability, least towards the weathering, and which is having the most? Number 1 is quartz. So it is hard, that's why it is having the less vulnerability towards weathering. Next is feldspar. Next is olivine. Next is carbonate. Then is halite. So halite is very vulnerable, much vulnerable towards weathering. And you should also know the Mohs scale of hardness. All these things you should know to know the hardness of these minerals and all. Next is the normal lapse rate of the temperature per kilometer is how much? It is 6.4 degrees Celsius per kilometer. 6.4 degrees Celsius. It decreases. Next is which of the following is not a constituent of a gases coming out of municipal solid waste landfill? Even a small child can tell. Carbon dioxide comes, ammonia comes, methane comes, but ozone doesn't come from municipal solid waste landfill. If it will come, then definitely everybody will be having the skin cancer and all this issue. So it is not coming, thank God. Let's move on to the next set of questions. The peak of coal-based methane generation during catagenesis occur at a temperature of what? It occurs at 150 degrees centigrade. Next is the collection mechanism of a bag filter includes a type of removal of pollutants. So the collection mechanism is what? First is diffusion, next is interception, and finally it is impaction. So these 3 steps. So option 3 will be the correct option. Let's move to the next set of questions. Choose the incorrect statement. So here you should first note down which are the correct statement. Oxygen undergo photodissociation by UVC radiation in stratosphere, and ozone undergo photodissociation by UVB radiation in stratosphere. So these are very important. And NO by NO2 catalytic destruction cycle of ozone in the stratosphere is initiated by the photochemical of N2O. So this is for the oxygen, ozone, UV, UVB, all these reactions, chemical reactions. So here this is the incorrect statement. You should not read it because it will make you a confusion. So that's why I'm skipping these things. Let's move to the next thing. Arrange the following compounds of arsenic, increasing value of their LD50, that is in milligram per kg. So increasing order of the LD50 value of arsenic, the least one will be arsenous acid, followed by the arsenic acid, then it will be dimethylarsenic acid, then it will be followed by the arsenocholine, then finally it will be arsenobutadiene. So arsenobutadiene, it is the highest having the LD50 value in the arsenic compounds. Let's move to the next question. Arrange the following environmental disaster in the chronological order. Chronology samjhiye. So from the first to the latest. So first was what? EABDC is the correct option given here, but you should also know the year. Love Canal disaster. It took place in 1978. You should note down these things. Next is what? A, that is Bhopal gas tragedy, 1984. That's why in 1986 we bought the Environmental Protection Act in India. Next is Chernobyl disaster. It happened in the year 1986, in the year when Environmental Protection Act came in India, enacted in India. Next is what? Next is the Ivory Coast toxic waste dumping. It happened in the year 2006. And finally, Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster. It took place in the year 2011. So these are the chronology from first one to the latest one. EABDC will be the correct option. Coming to the next question, carbonate compensation depth decreases with what? So here in the ocean, what happens? So in the increasing latitude, increasing longitude, so the carbonate compensation depth decreases with increase in latitude and increase in the ocean acidification. If it is more acidic, then the carbonate compensation depth will decrease, and if it is more latitude, so it will be, so though it is near the poles and all, the carbonate compensation depth will also decrease. So A and E will be the correct option here given in this. Next is, which of the following coal fields contain tertiary coals? Primary, secondary, tertiary, all these kinds of coals are there. And here you should know in India, it will be in Makum coalfields in Assam and Neyveli coalfields in Tamil Nadu. They are having the tertiary coals. Next is, basalt is an igneous rock composed of what? It is composed of olivine, plagioclase and pyroxene. Next is, which of the following pair of chemical species have different oxidation states? So here you can see here H2S and S, they are having the different oxidation state. How much it is, you have to comment me in the comment section. And other than that, these are having the same oxidation states. Let's move to the next question. Choose the correct statement related to the composting. So here all the statements are correct. You should know, very important thing. Biodegradation during composting is an exothermic reaction, exothermic process. So it is, the heat is released. Next is, carbon to nitrogen ratio must be in the range of 20 to 25 to 1. Compost is humus-like material. Compost increases the moisture holding capacity of the soil. Very good. Increases the buffer capacity of the soil. So these all statements are correct. So A, B, C, D, E all are correct option. Next is, we have to match the energy resources along with the age of the associated rock formation. So here you should know one thing is that the recent ones are the gas hydrates. So gas hydrates will match with the recent ones. Next is what? Next is also you should know that, so nuclear minerals, they were formed during the Precambrian era. So gas hydrates will be recent. And next, coal. Coal is formed during the Permian area. Next is petroleum. Petroleum in Paleogene era. So these are the one of the very frequently asked questions nowadays asked in the UGC NET examination. So option 2 will be correct. Next is, which of the waste management special provision for management of solid waste in hilly areas under the solid waste rule 2016. So here the solid waste management special provision for the hilly area is that the sanitary landfill site will be within 25 kilometer down the hill. Yes. So here it was beyond 25 kilometer and here it is within 25 kilometer. There was the confusion. So option 3 will be the correct option. So these were the questions which we discussed in the rapid manner. I hope you have learned something new and you will definitely get the concepts and the questions in the next examination. All the very best for the exam. So if you want more such videos, comment in the comment section. Keep revising, keep believing in yourself. See you guys in our next video.